Hey tube viewers, TJ Pyramid here. I'm going to be answering the questions that people left for me. What is that? Oh, it looks like a scratch. Oh man, it's a scratch. Okay, so I'm not really going to read these in like the order that they were given, because I think some people watch these Q&A videos and they're like, okay, I asked a question, so I'm going to follow the comments and skip ahead to where my question is answered. Naughty, naughty people. So I'm just going to kind of skip around here, I think. Or am I? I don't know. I really haven't read any of these questions beforehand. I just kind of thumbs upped them because, you know, people were cool enough to leave me a question, so I gave you a thumbs up for leaving it. I'm also going to try not to drag this video out for too long because I don't really want Dimmy the demon voice to pop up, but I have a feeling he may. And plus it's really hot in this room. Oh, it is blistering hot in here. It's like a fucking oven. So yeah, I really haven't read any of the questions, so some of them, I don't know how good the answers are going to be, especially if there's like really involved questions. Oh boy, so this is just going to all be off the top of my head. We'll see how it turns out. This could be a complete and total disaster, but I don't know. So let's go ahead and start here. Psychotronic Broadcast, Jack, my good old buddy Jack. Been a sub to me for a long time, been sub to him for a long time. One of the TJ Pyramid originals. Let's see, he asks, you post less vids on YouTube. Are you on your way out? No, I really just don't post a lot of videos on here like I used to, because I haven't been buying a lot of movies and stuff recently, or anything that I can really gather up to show for an update. I haven't really watched a lot of films. Like Lucy was the last film that I watched, and I really just haven't gotten around to doing a review on it. And the other thing is I really just don't have a lot of ideas for videos in general right now, so it's kind of like you know, dry spell for me. We'll see what I pump out over the next couple weeks or months or whatever, but I don't know. He also asks, how do you feel about Facebook now compared to a year ago? Well, a year ago, I wasn't even on Facebook. The wife used it to enter contests and stuff like that, but I just, you know, didn't like their practices or whatever they do. I always heard a lot about, like, security stuff going on over there, but within the past few months, I've gotten to know Facebook pretty well. A lot of the people that are on my YouTube channel, I also follow them on Facebook and stuff, and I respond to their posts. But it's kind of cool to find a picture you want to show and just stick it up there, leave a little bit of a message behind it. And I find a lot of news too about just everything, you know, from comic books and video games to bands and stuff, by following certain people and certain bands and labels and stuff like that on Facebook. So I found out a lot of info that I don't think I probably would have been able to find out so soon. So yeah, I'm digging Facebook. It's pretty cool. There's a couple people on YouTube, one in particular, and I think you're going to know who you are when you watch this video. You need to get a Facebook, you piece of ass. You'll know who you are. And hi, he also asked, how many t-shirts have I got? I'm just going to say like 80. Sounds good. Okay, the next question here is from, let me skip up here. Doc the Metal Freak, what was your favorite band and singer growing up? Well, growing up, my favorite band was Metallica. Absolutely loved Metallica, and loving Metallica, James Hetfield was my favorite vocalist. Of course, that's all changed now because Metallica now are just absolute trash, and yeah. He also asked, what is one smell I enjoy the most? I like the smell of cloves. Cloves? I like the smell of clove. So, and he also asked, what are my thoughts on the outcome of the Super Bowl? I don't give a shit. I don't like football. I could care less about football. Bunch of overpaid morons. So, yeah. Okay, the next question here is from Marco Saronin, another one who's been following me for a long, long time. He asks, is there a certain place you visit every time on my holiday? Well, being I haven't actually had a holiday and or vacation in I can't even remember when. So no, there's not. And what country would you like to visit if all expenses were prepaid? I've always wanted to go to Tokyo, Japan, and I've always wanted to go to London, England. I love the Japanese culture. Plus, they're just so perverted. Uh, and London, England, just because I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who, and I just think it's just such a beautiful city. I mean, it's so cool to me. So those would be my answers there. Next up here, Robert James, a recently subscribed person to me who I was actually just on a live chat with him. A really cool guy, really fun, really funny. Yeah, so what movie character can I relate with the most? What movie character can I relate with the most? Oh boy. I'm gonna say the man. Maybe I should have read these in advance to come up with something. Oh, I'm gonna say the monster from Cloverfield. Just because I don't know. Maybe I like crushing buildings and screeching really loud. I associate his pain. He also asks, choice a weapon for the zombie outbreak. Plan of action for the zombie outbreak. Because we know the zombies are coming. It's just a matter of time. My weapon for the zombie outbreak is going to be Alice, Mila Jovovich from Resident Evil. She will be my weapon. I will carry her around and she will kill the zombies for me. So that part's taken care of. And my plan of action for the zombie outbreak, immediately shit my pants and then go find Mila Jovovich and say, hey, there's a zombie outbreak. Can you clean my pants for me and kill them? Next up here, the Smush Monster. He asks, what's my favorite weird food combination? He says his is peanut butter and orange marmalade. Makes sense, really. Also peanut butter and tomato pasta sauce. Peanut butter and tomato pasta sauce. You're a freak. No. My favorite weird food combination. I actually like, it involves peanut butter in a non-sexual way. Peanut butter and bologna or salami on bread. Peanut butter and bologna sandwich. I don't know. It's good. He also asks, what movie character would you recast and which actor/actress would you recast them with? What movie character would I recast? Well, I would recast any film that Will Smith has ever been in, and I would recast Will Smith with a piece of cardboard because they have to do a better acting job than he has done in any film he's ever done. So there we go. Let's see. He also asks, who else apart from DiCaprio has, despite producing fantastic work year from year? Where'd the rest of the question go? Producing fantastic work year from... And then it kind of cuts off. Huh. Well, DiCaprio. I don't know. So there we go. Next up here, Polish Movie Zoe. Polish Movie Zoe. Polish? No, it's Polish. Not Polish. Aren't they spelled the same? Polish? Polish? Polish. I don't know. Google it. Inform me. So, Polish Movie Zoe. What's my favorite band? My favorite band, if we were doing individual genres, I could break it up. My favorite band, though, is going to have to be Iron Maiden. I've been listening to Iron Maiden since I was little. I love everything they do, minus the years or so that Bruce Dickinson was gone. That's a very dark period for Iron Maiden, and I don't like anything that they put out, and it's all crap. But Iron Maiden, just absolutely fantastic. She also asks, favorite movie character and favorite horror franchise. My favorite movie character, which doesn't necessarily have to be horror, is, but it is, one of my, maybe not my favorite, but one that always pops into my head when I think about movies of any kind is Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I absolutely love the character of Chop Top. I think he is funny. He makes me laugh when he's on screen. I like his look. Uh, just brilliant. Chop Top. And my favorite horror franchise. Well, it's definitely not the Saw franchise. Ah, boy. Horror franchise. Man. You know what? I'm going to go with something that doesn't have... I could go with like Texas Chainsaw, but there's a couple clunkers in there. Same with Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Streets. I think I'm going to go with a relatively new franchise. Being there's 2 films, that pretty much makes it a franchise, right? Yeah. I'm going to go with the Dead Snow films. I just think they are absolutely brilliant. The first one was fantastic. The second one just like quadrupled the awesomeness of the first one. So I'm just going to go with Dead Snow and say it's going to be a franchise. So I hope. But I'm going to go Dead Snow. I don't know if it's a franchise, but in my brain, it's a franchise. Let's see here. Next up, Lola's Basement, another person who's been following me for a long time here. Good old Ricky. He asked, do I remember the first movie I ever watched? The first movie I can ever remember watching is The Elephant Man. And I remember, excuse me, I remember crying towards the end when the Elephant Man, when I knew he was going to like lay down and basically die. And I just started crying, and I remember saying, like, don't lay down, Elephant Man, don't lay down, don't die. So, excuse me, so I was really little, but, yeah, it's Elephant Man. What's the first ever song that made you get into metal music? Damn, excuse me. First song that made me get into metal music. I would think it would have to be Metallica's, I'm going to say Anesthesia Pulling Teeth, which really is just an instrumental with the fantastic Cliff Burton, rest in peace. Basically just him starting off with a guitar solo, and then Lars would come in with the drums, but it was just that instrumental that hooked me into metal. I was like, I like this sound, and I need to follow it for the rest of my life. Next up, am I left-handed or right-handed? Ricky, you are a right-handed individual. That's just a guess. I don't know that you've ever told me that. I'm left-handed, but I'm also right-handed. What's that called? Ambidextrous? Yeah. And he says, more questions coming soon. We'll see. This person here who I do not know, never heard from them ever in my entire life, Terrence Fox. Call me nosy, but what is your job? I control the intake and outtake of fuel regulation tanks for the United States government. So, there you go. Next up here, my brother from another mother, who has a couple different questions here. Oh boy, I might have to think about these. Johnny Blues, SXC Blues, Johnny Blues the Blues Man, my brother from another mother, absolutely fantastic man. Love that damn guy. Love him. He asks, if you could take any 2 musicians or bands from differing genres of music and put them together to form a new sound or mesh, who would it be? Oh, wow. 2 musicians or bands. Oh, boy. Why do I always look this way when I'm thinking? There's nothing over there that gives me an answer. 2 musicians or bands. Holy crap. I'm going to go with something that I think, which I don't think these 2 bands have ever switched members for any reason. I don't know why they would have. But I'd like to take Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden and put him in Judas Priest, and take Rob Halford and put him in Iron Maiden. Not permanently, you know, just for like a fun thing. And just have them do, you know, those band songs just with those vocalists, because I love both those vocalists. And I'd just be really interested to see how it would be. So, yeah. He also asked, out of all the anime I've been digging into, what are my 3 favorites? Right now, Elfen Lied is at the top of the pack. That thing, if you're a fan of gore, but you also want a good story, you cannot top Elfen Lied. That thing is crazy. Within the first 3 minutes of watching the first episode, there have been heads torn off, torsos ripped in half, fingers lopped off, arms, legs. That's just the first episode. Absolutely love Elfen Lied. I finished up Cowboy Bebop. That's just a masterpiece. And the one that really got me into anime, Black Lagoon. Revi is just brilliant. Baddest chick in anime. She is so cool. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. He also asked, what is your ideal fantasy world from any movie, video game, or otherwise, and would you live in it if I could? My ideal fantasy world, there you go again, looking to the answer board. I would love to get a shot to live on Cybertron with the Transformers. I just love the look of that world. I think it'd be so cool. So yeah, and I'd live there. Sure, hell yeah. And he says, being this is the fourth question, what's it all for? And feel free to pick what you think you'll have a better time answering as to it's for, or something. Yeah, what's it all for? What's it all for? What is life all for? What is life all? Life is my what? Life to me is still an expanding, unfolding thing that I'm still discovering. There's certain things that, excuse me again, in life that I still haven't figured out, and I hope to one day figure those things out. But I'm not really sure what life is all for yet, because kind of like in the movie Lucy, I'm still discovering things. My intelligence definitely is not going up, but I'm still discovering things. And what is it all going to be for in the end? I don't know. I'm shooting for immortality. But the last couple potions I've worked on have been absolute failures, and I've just grown hobbit feet. And next up, this is number 5, but it isn't a question. Who would you pick for a currently underrated director? Excuse me. Underrated director. Damn. Thirsty as a rabid little monkey. Underrated director. I am going to go with, yeah, I'm going to go with the Trost brothers. Yeah. Yep. Brandon and Jason Trost. I'm going to go with them. They made the FP. And if you've seen the FP, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the Trost brothers are greatly, greatly, greatly underrated. They should be much bigger than they are, because I don't think they'd let the fame and fortune go to their heads. I think they would keep shit real, and they would pump out fantastic stuff like the FP. So, the Trost brothers. Next here, we have questions from Candy Clickett, my sister from another mister. Absolutely fabulous. For $1 million, would I drink a full bottle of Tabasco and mayonnaise? I'd do it for $100. Yeah. What kind of animal would I choose to be if I could, and why? I would be a spider monkey, because that's the only way I could possibly achieve to be more cute and cuddly than I am now. And would I ever keep pet crickets? She has pet crickets. I don't think I could, because I think the cricketing sounds like a horror movie. The cricketing noise, the chirping, would drive me to a mental institution. That's just me. Maybe one cricket. Crick-eye? Cricket. Yeah. Okay, next up here, Christoria 2027. If I could choose to go on a world tour and stop at 5 different cities, where would I choose? I would go to London, Tokyo, Helsinki, Stockholm, and Oslo. There we go. What was the last book I read and what did I think of it? The last book I read was actually a Veronica Ross, Allegiant. I absolutely loved it. Part of the Divergent trilogy. Thought it was fantastic. Loved the ending to that. I know a lot of people probably got pissed off by it, but I absolutely loved it. Loved that trilogy. Looking forward to the Insurgent movies. Looking forward to the Allegiant movies. Absolutely great. It says here, if I could be one of the following for a living, what would I choose? An author, a director of film, editor-in-chief of a horror or music magazine? I wouldn't mind trying to direct a film. I like telling people what to do. So yeah, I'd pick that. Which stores are no longer around that I miss and why? For me, it always comes down to the physical media type places, and that would be Hollywood Video and Blockbuster Video. I used to get such good deals on Blu-rays and DVDs there, and there's no place like that anymore here at all. I absolutely wish those stores would come back or something, because every time I look around this room and see a DVD or a Blu-ray, I think, I got that at Hollywood. I got that at Blockbuster. So I really miss those two stores a lot. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay, let's see. Okay, and the last set of questions here is from somebody named Tim Walker, who I don't really know that well, but I kind of seen him around on the YouTubes. He seems kind of like a jerk, but I'll see what he asks. Let's see here. Okay, do you play Xbox? No, Xbox is pure shit. I hate video games, they suck. Next up, what was the last time you exposed yourself to a nun? Well, strangely enough, that was last Friday night. I was running around the nunnery. Is it called a nunnery? No, a convent, right? Yeah, I was running around the nunnery, and I was nude, as I usually am on Friday nights. And there were a couple nuns out there, you know, and they were doing nun things. They were doing none thing much. Zing. And I just kind of walked by casually and gave them a tip of the hat. And they gave me a wink. And I looked at them and said, "You're going to burn in hell for that wink. Shouldn't be looking at my ding-a-ling." Next question. Dat ass? Dat ass. That's really profound. Piece of ass? Dat ass? Yes. Next up. If I had to kill Zombie Hitler, what brand of oats would I use? Well, I have to go with Quaker oats. Isn't that the only brand of oats there is? With like that hillbilly guy in the cover? I don't know what he is. Is he a Quaker? I don't think Quakers should be associated with oats. I think that's defamation. I don't even know what defamation means, but I like the sound of it. I know what it means. I'm just not telling you. Yeah. Do all cars drive like ice cream? Only if you purchase a car in the, I can't remember what state it's in, but if you purchase a car in the city of San Andreas, yes, they do all drive like ice cream, especially large vans. Favorite form of explosive? Me, after I've eaten a whole can of beans. How many cheese wheels do I keep on my person at any one time? I keep 3. I keep a Will of Swiss. Can you have Swiss wills? Yes. I keep a Will of Swiss, a Will of Cheddar, and a Will of Gouda, because if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. Nope. Next question, have I got the Necro Lust? Actually, yes, I do. I have 3 different incarnations of the Necro Lust. The original version, the super enhanced version, and the dead version of Necro Lust. And I'm also writing a book on the Necro Lust called the Necro Lusticon. So look for that at your local bookstore in the coming year or 20. And last question, how many jokes are in this comment? Absolutely none, sir. I don't find you amusing one bit. You anger me to the greatest degree that anger can be. And you make me feel like I'm living in one of the 9 levels of hell. Is that how many levels in hell there is? 5 levels of hell? Oh. There's some condos to the east, which gives some extra levels. I hear it's very hot. Very hot there. On certain days. So I think that's all the questions. 26 minutes? Wow. That was 26 minutes of pure boredom if you were listening to me. Well, I hope I answered everybody's question to somewhat of a degree. I'm not the most serious person to answer some questions, but that's just me. With me, what you see is what you get. What I say is what I say. I speak the truth, and the truth don't lie. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to go make some barbecued pulled pork sandwiches, some nice coleslaw on the side, with a couple pickles, and a nice glass of milk. So there we go. Thanks everybody for asking me questions. Like I said, I hope I responded to them to your liking. If not, go kiss a toilet seat. And subscribe to my channel. Spread the word of its glory. And I'll see what I can do about getting some more videos uploaded on here. But for now, I got a neighbor that's just rubbing me the wrong way. So I'm going to go handle my business. Thanks for watching.